Good afternoon, you ruddy lovely people, and welcome along to the Lilywhite Lane YouTube channel. I hope that you're all having a smashing day and weekend wherever you are in the world and whatever you are planning to get up to. And you're all very welcome along to your match preview for the game we are all buzzing for after Thursday's result and performance at Silent Bridge. It's Southampton at home with a 2 PM UK time kickoff at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League. As usual, please do give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your score predictions. How do you think this game will go? Do you think it could be a shock win for Southampton, or do you think we will comfortably pick up all 3 points? Please do let me know. I've made the mistake this season countless times of expecting us to go out there and pull off a comfortable win and just get the 3 points with a 2-3, 4-0. Bob's your uncle, few goals, clean sheet, lovely jubbly, and it hasn't been that way. I mean, I expected that a few months ago when we took on Leicester at home and we end up losing 2-1, you know. I don't put it past us to get beat here, in all honesty, and for Southampton to pull off a shock win. And they really shouldn't. Look, in their most recent game, they picked up a good point, crumbled at the end. You just never thought they'd be able to hold on for all 3 points. But it's not a bad point with all things considered against Crystal Palace. Before that, the run of form that they've been on is just horrific. It's an absolute pile of pygmy hippo feces. It really is one of the worst teams in Premier League history. They've got 2 wins, 4 draws at the time of doing this video. Don't you dare give them their 3rd win, Spurs. Don't you dare. I mean, again, I wouldn't put it past us. I would not put it past us. But it is a game that we should be comfortably winning. On paper, our team, despite how much I criticise it and so many Spurs fans criticise it, it's night and day compared to Southampton's. It really is. And the fact we're at home as well, I imagine that Southampton fans aren't holding out too much hope, but there's not many Spurs fans who will be ultra confident 100% we're winning this. So it will be interesting to see the lineup. Will Ange Postecoglou rotate heading into this game? I expect him to, and in all honesty, I think it's a smart thing to do. Frankfurt is what our season comes down to now. Those 2 legs are huge, and especially with the first leg being at home, we have to win that game at home. I think anything other than a win at home in that first leg means that we are going out of the Europa League. And that just turns this it turns this horrific season into an even worse one. I mean, we've got to progress in the Europa League. And I think to do that, we've got to win that first game. So I'd expect Ange to rest a few players for this Sunday, considering the opposition and the fact that we're not really competing for anything in the Premier League, and we don't have to worry, thankfully, about going down. What I predict that we will still see Vicario in goal. Even when teams are rested, you still tend to see the first choice keeper in there unless he's injured. So I expect to see Vicario win. I think Porro will start, considering he didn't start on Thursday against Chelsea. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Udogie on the other side. So Porro and Udogie is the fullback. Centre-back partnership, Dragusin still out injured. Ben Davies, I believe, is available. If he is, I'd say start him. He's chicken nuggets and chips, Ben Davies, isn't he? Solid, does a decent job. Is he Michelin star? Is he ever going to get you winning trophies? No, but he can always come in and be pretty basic and do his job okay. Never brilliantly, but do his job at least. So play Ben Davies in there. Archie Gray will probably go in there. I'd like to see him given a go in the midfield again. Last time, though, we did finally get a go in the 6. He didn't really impress. So I expect to see Archie Gray in there with probably Ben Davies. You do not want to overplay Mickey and keep turning those hamstrings into cheese strings, which is what our manager's been doing recently. Midfield 3, Kulusevski still out, so not consideration. Maddison started in the week. I think we'll see a lot of the players that didn't start in the week. I think we'll see Sarr, Bissouma. It should be Bergvall. He was the best player on the pitch against Chelsea and he got taken off. It was ridiculous. It was a stupid sub. The fans were completely justified and bang on to saying you don't know what you're doing. So it should be Bergvall. Do I think it will be? Yeah, I do. I think Maddison should be saved and will be saved for Thursday. So I think Bergvall, Pape Matsar and Bissouma. Front three, Brennan Johnson didn't start on Thursday, so by what I've been saying, by default, he goes in at right wing. Dominic Solanke, who else have we got who can come into the striker position? Matisse Tell. To be fair, Matisse Tell might start. I think he might start Tell and then Odegaard on the left. You know, we've been hearing a few rumours that Son could be rested for this game. And in all honesty, I don't care if he is. I don't care if he doesn't play the 2 legs against Frankfurt. That shushing the fans thing has really got under my skin. Southampton, have they got any danger men? Of course they have. Of course, the team that have won 2 games all season have some very dangerous people up top. No, they don't really have much quality in their team. If there's anyone to watch out for, it's Tyler Dibbling. Not at his best right now. Earlier in the season, though, he was doing really, really well and was a shining light in a horrific team. I think he's quite a good youngster. There's been a lot of rumours and reports that we could be going for him in the summer. I mean, 50 million for him. Just go out there and spend that, and maybe 10, 15 million more than that, 60, 65 million on a Tomori or a first team player who's going to come in and make a massive difference. Stop buying young talent and start developing it through your academy. I did a video on that a few weeks ago. Check it out if you haven't already. I'll put it in the end screen. So Dibbling's probably their biggest threat. Onuachu scored in the week. Good header. Very, very capable in the air. They haven't really got anything in the midfield. Their defence gets ripped open week in, week out. They're not a good team. They are not a good team whatsoever. But neither are Leicester, and they beat us. You know, so many teams this season have gone on. Like AZ Alkmaar, very, very average team. And they were so comfortable in that first leg. Probably if they took their chances would have won it 2 or 3-0. And then who knows how the second leg pans out. So I don't think we're putting 4 or 5 past them. Bob's your uncle. It's lovely. Even if we do, I'll be happy as a Spurs fan, but I'm hardly going to massively praise the manager and the players because it's what we should be doing. And when people say that, when you beat like a team and you qualify for Champions League and people say it's where we should be, it's like, yeah, I understand that, but a bit more celebration and maybe praise is deserved, right? For beating Southampton, I don't think it's an accomplishment, really. I don't think it's anything to be too happy about as players and manager. As Spurs fans, I'll be happy. It's the weekend, the sun's shining. I want a Spurs win. I don't want Spurs to negatively affect a weekend that's looking like it's going to pan out okay. So don't expect us to put 4 or 5 past them, although I wouldn't be surprised if we did. I think Southampton will score as every team seems to against us, but I do think the quality or lack of that we have right now will be too much for Southampton. Because as I said earlier in the video, it's night and day when you look at the team sheets. I'm going to go for a 4-2 Spurs win. I think Southampton will score a couple, but they're so open defensively, like a hot knife going through butter whenever any attack goes for them. Funnily enough, they tightened up a little bit since Russell Martin left, but it's just worse football with less results. You know, that's the way things have been. It's been such a bad season for Southampton, and when you look at their performance in the Premier, you've really got to, look at the argument of what can we do to help teams that come up, because they just seem to be going down like yo-yos. It seems to be the same thing every season and has been the last few years. The 3 teams that come up don't have the finances, nor the players, the manager, the quality to be able to compete in the Premier League. Luton gave it a little go last season. Ipswich have tried this season, but then, Luton didn't stay up. I don't think Ipswich will. And you're getting teams like Southampton and Leicester in the Premier League. And we call this league the best league in the world. And the worst teams are some of the worst teams in any top league in the world. I'd say Southampton are probably, when you look at the stats and facts, the worst team in the top 5 leagues of European football. So 4-2 Spurs win is what I'm going with. Southampton not been great this season. The protest after and before the game, big up to everyone attending. I'll try and get a few videos out on the channel. Personally, I won't be able to due to personal circumstances. I haven't really got anything to hide. I'd rather not say it though on a video. So if anyone genuinely does want to know, please do drop me a message. But I'm in full support of everyone going. I've been promoting the protest as much as I can on YouTube and hope to get a few videos sent over to me from people who do, so I can put them out to promote the protest on my channel tomorrow. So please do check the channel. As I say, I'm sure we'll be able to get up some protest content like we did before the Manchester United game. And yeah, Hopefully the protest goes well. Big up to Change for Tottenham. They've organised it really well. I think more will be turning up to this one, the last one. Brian Daigle over in the UK as well. If you are at the protest, do big him up. Do give him some love. Top guy who's been doing this for years. Him, Stell, all the guys at Tottenham away, to be honest, Iggy as well. Tottenham on tour and Tottenham away. They're the channels that spring to mind when I think of Levy out and Enoch out for years. And it's great to see, as I say, the amount of numbers that are now getting involved. So best of luck to everyone attending the protest, playing a part in the protest. I hope it all goes perfectly well. And hopefully we can take some confidence as a team into Frankfurt, which we're severely lacking at the minute. 4-2 Spurs win. Please, Tottenham, don't let me down. At least don't ruin my weekend and put a smile on my face for 90 minutes so I don't have to think about the bigger picture and I can just enjoy a Spurs win as a Spurs fan. Take care of yourselves. You guys have been awesome. God bless. And as always, Common You Spurs, Enoch and Levy out. Take care. Have a smashing weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. Up the Spurs. See you later.